Since its creation, the automobile has ran into all sorts of difficulties attempting to cross our nation's waterways. How extraordinary would it be to boldly drive a car right to the lake's edge, effortlessly wade into the deep, and then motor across the waves? What would anyone even call such a creation? A boatomobile? Automoboat? The concept may seem like uncharted territory, but to tell you the truth, it's old news. Today we're on the shores of Lake Erie for the 4th annual Port Clinton, Ohio Amphicar Club Swim-In, an annual event catered specifically to a vehicle from the past that loves to take a dip from time to time.
Und da kann man nur noch von unten staunen. Nun, diese Herren sind schon weiter.
Manufactured in Berlin from 1961 to 1967, the German-built Amphicar was specifically designed to be marketed and sold in the United States. With a retail price of $3,000, they were all more or less alike except for a choice of 4 officially offered colors: beach white, fjord green, regatta red, or lagoon blue. Advertised as the fastest boat on the road, this curious-looking little floating car was the only civilian amphibious passenger vehicle ever to be mass-produced for the public. The vehicles came into being just as futuristic quarter-panel fins were highly fashionable.
We come on this sloop, John B., my grandfather and me, around Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night, got into a fight. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home.
Manufactured in 1960, over-optimistic expectations was of selling around 20,000 Amphicars per year. But when production ended in 1965, only around 3,800 of these weird-looking little boat cars had actually been produced. Built to achieve 70 miles an hour on land and 7 knots in the water, Amphicar was labeled the Model 770, but Amphicar was not the first German vehicle built to double as a boat. Godfather and predecessor to today's Volkswagen, prototypes of a single seam-welded floating bucket car known as the Schwimmerwagen were tested by the Nazis both on land and water as early as 1940. At less than 1,000 pounds, Schwimmerwagen, meaning swimming vehicle, had no doors and boasted a top speed of roughly 50 miles an hour on land, while its chain-driven propeller could push the car 6 miles an hour through calm waters. It's believed that around 1,400 were built by slaves in Nazi labor camps from early 1942 through the end of 1944. Today, only around 100 specimens are known to have survived.
pass me a beer, and I'ma keep playing this music that you hear. And if you know the song, come and sing along with me. Walking with the beats to my
Can't beat it.
left, to my right.
Classified as a cabriolet due to its folding top, these little convertibles were equipped with a locking mechanism to seal its doors in place and a bilge plug that better be in place before driving it into the drink. Known as a practical joker, President Lyndon Johnson proudly used his Amphicar to terrify guests at his Texas ranch. Driving them down the steep hillside toward his lake, he would shout, "Oh no, the brakes are out," just before splashing into the water and laughing hysterically. Throughout the 1960s, several Amphicars appeared in feature films, including The Sandwich Man, 1966, The President's Analyst, 1967, and the 1968 comedy Inspector Clouseau. In more recent times, they've been found on the decks of private yachts and even in a Sports Illustrated swimsuit calendar. Made of mild steel and weighing in at just over a ton, these light cars glided through the water with the greatest of ease, thanks to the help of twin propellers mounted underneath the rear bumper. Their 43 horsepower engine was mounted in the rear. A lightweight British Triumph Herald 4-cylinder that included a special 2-part land-water transmission. Its wheels and propellers could operate independently or simultaneously, while its front tires acted as rudders to guide it through the water. One of the most unusual collector car events ever held, beloved fans of these aquatic chariots gather annually for what's known as swim-ins. We're here today with Bill Six from East Coast Amphicar. Bill, why an Amphicar? Why, if you wanted to get in the antique car business, why did you choose this?
Because it's the most fun you could possibly have in an automobile.
Really?
Absolutely.
And you restore these, is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, how many have you restored?
We've had 67 cars go through my shop, and I've done 12 full-blown restorations.
67?
Yep.
You've had 67 of these go through your shop and restored 12. How many of these are even left in the world?
Between about 400 and 600.
And most of those are in America?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now rumor has it that you are master of the splash. What is master of the splash?
Oh, you must mean the Splash King. That would be me, because I found out that you could hit the water going fast and have a lot more fun. So I kept building up speed and saying, you know what, this is fantastic. So we just pushed it to the limit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, pedal on the floor, wham, into the water.
How fast do you go when you're hitting the water?
50 miles an hour.
50 miles an hour? You do not go off the dock and hit the water at 50 miles an hour.
Are you ready?
Oh no, you won't catch me doing that. From the shores of Lake Erie, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Wheels of the Past.
Smile and, well, however you feel, and whenever you're ready.
And this is what can happen when you have an outdated bilge pump that doesn't work adequately. We almost drowned.
Tell us what happened. Hold that paper back up. Hold that paper back up and tell us what happened.
1 minute, everything is perfectly fine. The next minute, we realized we were in deep trouble. Water started pouring in from the back, and if it hadn't been for my producer bailing it out with a cup and us crawling to a unfit to land on shore, we would have sunk.